Those vegan guys. I thank you.
Hello, I'm Pop.
I'm Jason.
Together we are
Those Vegan Guys.
We didn't know whether to film this little vlog in our kitchen at home or down here at the allotment. We plumbed for down at the allotment so that we can get it up today. And it's an awkward one because we do not want Vegan Campout to feel like we're attacking them.
Certainly not.
As an organisation. But having been bought tickets from a wonderful subscriber in 2020, very early 2020, I think we were actually already in lockdown.
Right,
but
yeah.
at that point everyone thought it was going to be a couple of months. And then of course Vegan Campout 2020 was cancelled, as it had to be. And they are indeed following government guidelines. There is no longer a requirement for track and trace or for there's no legal requirement for negative test results or proof of vaccination or any of the above, and that was a little bit of a concern.
It was a little bit of a concern, and you know, the fact of the matter is we had to arrive at a destination in terms of our decision with Vegan Campout, and we had to arrive at it quite quickly because first and foremost, we've talked about this, there's quite a lot of people who are going who were probably quite looking forward to seeing us and vice versa. We wanted to get the information out in terms of us having made the concrete decision at this stage
that we're not going. Absolutely not. And I'd like to give you a little bit of reason for that, actually, and it partly stems from the fact that as those vegan guys, I posted a post in the Vegan Campout group on Facebook, kind of citing that Latitude Festival had gone ahead with, I think it was 40,000 people, and you had to prove your vaccination status or have a negative lateral flow test to attend. And I cited this in the post and said, you know, I know that Vegan Campout aren't doing anything like this at the moment. Will you be doing? And I was reliably informed by Vegan Campout that the thing at Latitude Festival is actually a government programme.
Yes.
But then the comments came from people who will be attending Vegan Campout. And this is where that whole thing comes in, is just because someone's vegan doesn't mean they're part of your tribe, kind of thing.
Well, we've talked about this over the last few weeks on our lives and things.
So many times. We alluded to the fact that we wouldn't be going to camp out in our Friday Live. But some of the comments from people, you know, things like, well, I completely trust my immune system and I'm not having an untested vaccine. That was a red flag for me straight away.
Yeah. Because
if you look at what's going on in America at the moment, they're calling it now a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
It's COVID is rife again in so many states, many of them, those states, Republican, by the by. People who watch Fox News and have been scared into not taking the vaccine. From our standpoint, it is our human responsibility to take the vaccine so that we don't allow ourselves to be a breeding ground for a new variant like Delta, which is much more spreadable.
Yeah.
And is in America, it's 18 to 35. It's that age group, isn't it? It's the young people who are getting it now, and they do say that it's the people who are refusing to be vaccinated who become the grounds, the playground for COVID to come up with a new variant. And there were so many comments in that thread. There were some very sensible comments as well from people, very, very sensible, saying, I've been double vaccinated and I would be happy to take a test on the way in. I think this is a good idea. But there were many more posts from people who had fallen down a very deep rabbit hole about conspiracy theories and magnetism and, you know, untested vaccines, and it's too quick, and it's when you follow the story of the vaccine, actually it was created about 10 years ago, and they've built on that building platform to get to this vaccine now, and I do think it's our human responsibility. Someone else said, what you're worried about is outdoors. There's our video from 2019 of Vegan Campout,
which we adored.
Was wonderful, but that's how busy it gets.
Yeah.
And the talks and the music are in spaces, indoor spaces, and in 2019 it was shoulder to shoulder.
It was
at some of the events, even in the queues for the food.
Yeah,
actually it was shoulder to shoulder,
which kind of leads nicely onto the next kind of point that we wanted to make with this, because it has been a really tough decision to make, genuinely, but I think with everything that Paul's just said and everything that we said at the start, we've had to kind of let our stance be known and hold true to that in terms of our thoughts and feelings around it. But one of the other big aspects, from a slightly selfish point of view even, and I don't mind owning that, we feel as though from 2019 when we went, that if we go now, it will be a really sanitised experience for us, and we don't want that. We don't want a sanitised version of Vegan Campout, even if it is our own inbuilt defence mechanisms and kind of safety measures that we're using that make it a sanitised experience. We can own that.
I want to hug people.
Yeah.
I want to hug people and you know, have that physical contact and and meet people and talk, and I want to do all those things. But what I don't want to do is talk to someone who doesn't declare, oh, I'm one of the anti-vaxxers, I haven't had it, and they happen to have COVID, which is passed on to me, which I then pass on to you. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. It's not about me, it's not about Jason, it's about everybody. It's about everybody, and it's about how we all interact with each other. But honestly, I was horrified at how many anti-vaxxers there were, how many people who were saying, I refuse to take it because I've got some kind of superhero vegan immune system. And I'm just like, get over yourself. You're vegan, that's it. Doesn't make you a superhero, doesn't make you immune to a deadly virus which has killed millions of people around the world, including vegans, sadly, already. And we have to come home afterwards and see our families, and Jason has to go to work. And so we're just not going to put ourselves at risk like that. Completely understand Vegan Campout being after last year being really eager to get a festival on and get it going, but I think they've probably put a little bit too much trust in the people who've bought tickets, because not everyone who's going gives a shit about COVID, and I don't want to be around people who don't give a shit about COVID. I want my life back. I am desperate to have my life back, normal life where I can see someone in the street and look and give them a big hug. I'm desperate for that. Is now the time for that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so, unfortunately, we're out
for this year.
And we wanted to let you know, because like Jason said, we don't want anyone to be expecting us to be there and then see that we're not. So we're letting you know now, we're not going to be at Vegan Campout. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, hope with all hope it goes ahead without any hitches, and there are no infections. But for me personally, and from what I've read, oh, and by the way, that comment, that thread that I started was deleted, unfortunately. I think it should have stayed because it showed people who was going. And if that's anything to go by, that's one thread in one group on Facebook, and it was 50-50. People who were happy to take a test and thought it was a good idea, people who didn't believe in the vaccine.
Yeah, and yeah,
it's too scary.
It is a little bit, it is, and I think we've said everything we need to say.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would say is just to echo what we said right at the start, just to kind of make it abundantly clear. As Paul just said, we wish Vegan Campout nothing but success. This is just our personal choice about this year and this festival.
Yeah.
We understand from a, if we put our business hat on, we understand from a business standpoint, Vegan Campout cannot just say to people, yeah, we'll roll your tickets over to 2022, because then the likelihood is that 40%, 30-40% of attendees would probably think, oh, those people have had the tickets rolled over to 2022, I think I'll do the same, and then they're going to lose half their attendees. We completely understand
you
that.
can roll your tickets over if you're coming from a country with COVID restrictions.
Yes.
Because we asked and we're told no. We asked for a refund, and it's plainly states on the website no refunds.
Yeah.
So we will pay back that gift to our subscriber, because it's not their fault either. And this was meant to be a gift for us, but it's unfortunately now become a gift with a possible sting in the tail, and that possible is too evident to ignore.
Yeah.
That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've said our piece. We wish everyone the absolute best. We really do. We hope everyone has an amazing time, and no judgment here.
Be safe.
Yeah, that's not what this vlog was about. No judgment. We're not those kinds of people, and our subscribers and people who have taken the time to get to know us as we are. We're genuinely down to earth.
We're just sharing our perspective.
Yeah.
These are our reasons, our thinking, and the reason that we don't feel safe going this year. But by it, we hope to see you in 2022.
Yeah.
Let's start getting the world back to normal, shall we, by believing in science, in the science of the world. Imagine that. Imagine believing in the science of the world.
Just like we believe in the science when all of these universities across the world, including here in the UK, have said for many, many years that a vegan diet is absolutely just fine for us all to live on healthily and happily. We believe the science then, we opt in and we pick and choose, don't we?
Yeah, you can't cherry pick science. You either believe in science or you don't.
That's my thoughts anyway.
I completely agree with you.
It's our perspective as two Northern English guys,
lads
with a down-to-earth vegan approach, just sharing with you. We hope you take it for what it is.
Yeah.
We love yous all to bits. Thank you for all of the support. Anything else to say, mister?
Just honestly, I'm gutted. I really, really, really want to go. Every sensible atom inside me says, not now, love. Not now. Not after what you read, not after what you saw. So I want to end with that.
Yeah.
Hope to see you at Vegan Campout in 2022. We will be having safe meetups until then.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening, and if you do go, please be safe, be careful, keep your wits about you. Love you, mister.
Love you.
Love you guys. We'll see you again soon. Till then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye, loves.